recycled material, is recyclable, and is made in a fair trade certified factory. That's a big deal because it means that 61 shells on every category is made in the best way possible. We want the rest of the industry to take kind of notice and start adopting recycled material in technical gear. That's like step one. But that's mainly on the synthetic side of things. The natural side of things, cotton is the world's most popular fiber. Like, think about your world, think about your closet. Everything's cotton, or a huge majority of it is. The way that cotton is grown has one of the most significant impacts to the climate crisis out of anything else we can figure out. So our new mission statement, we're in business to save our home planet. We're like quadruply thinking about how we do that. We're trying to like put that lens on every single thing we do. So Road to Regenerative is a way to get more farmers to grow organic, certified product, and then to switch over into regenerative farming practices. What that means is this is going old school. Cover crops, low till or no till, no pesticide use, and just using old world techniques. What it does is get better quality goods, more yield, and also sequesters carbon. So you actually can get carbon out of the atmosphere and back into the soil by using this kind of farming techniques. Now what does that mean? It means that every single t-shirt, every single cotton product, everything you can think of can actually be part of getting carbon out of the atmosphere, which is huge. That's step one. Second is food. So you can use it for mango in our mango bars, dried mango for our snacks, in any of our food that we're going to continue to grow and start growing. When you think about scaling both that for fiber and for food, it has an incredible impact on like what we can actually do for real world climate solutions. So this is our symphony to like what we're trying to do to curb climate change. It's going to be a long process. We're just literally scratching the surface, but this isn't going to go away. It's just going to continue to expand. So that's on natural fiber side of things, the bigger brand picture. This goes into a much sharper focus. This is called our high endurance kit.
Yes.
The first time we did like a really significant purpose-built kit was in 2014. It's called our high alpine kit. It was a very specific alpine climbing kit. It was pretty hardcore at the time, had zip-through crotch zippers, was very much purpose-built to where every single layer was an integration into itself and all worked together, right? Not that individual pieces couldn't be awesome, they were, but they were meant to be built as a kit. We wanted to do that for trail running. Trail running is seeing this incredible moment where there are so many 100-milers, 24-hour races, intense, like these races that are literally spanning huge temperature and huge elevation changes. We wanted to build a kit that was pretty much 14,000 feet with no stopping. Just like go out and hammer and don't let anything tamper that momentum. So it's a 6-piece kit. One thing that is like kind of across the whole board, every single item stuffs into its own pocket. Every single item in this kit fits into its own 6-liter vest. So this is our Slope Runner Endurance Vest. It's 6 liters. We'll show you a little bit more of the details on the mannequin over there. But everything's self-stuffed in the sum of its own pocket that will fit in this vest in one. So the whole idea is like create self-support. Be like your own support team. I think what is so bitchin' about this is every single piece is movement, breathability, and like pretty much momentum gaining. Like every piece feels amazing. So I wish everybody at home could like do the scratch and sniff test, but over here, this is one of the heroes. This is called our Airshed pullover. Airshed is one of the coolest products we've done that is still kind of underground. A lot of like the cult customers really know. And what it is you guys got to feel this. It's actually was taken from the face fabric of our Nano Air piece.
Yeah.
And so it provides 120 CFM of breathability.
120 CFM?
Yeah, huge stretch.
Yeah.
It's super comfortable. So you can wear this next to skin or you can wear it as your first layer. But the whole idea behind this hybrid piece is to get 120 here, and then we hybridize the hood, these sleeve cuffs, and a little bit under the underarm panels, and it extends the range of that piece. So like 120 CFM, for those of you not taking notes at home, is incredibly breathable.
Yeah.
It's super freaking comfy.
Insanely
It's amazing.
That's triple digit.
It is, and it breathes well, and it also dries well. So like you're not saturating it, it's not getting heavy with moisture. It's going to go through that cycle of getting wet, moving, drying, over and over again. So this is like the dream mid layer. To go on the outside, this is our new Storm Racer shell. This is very unique and is also, it's incredible functional, but it also feels really good. So this is the lightest 3-layer shell we've ever built. It's 7 ounces. Fully seam taped, 3-layer. It is phenomenal. The cool thing with this double zipper opening is we found in big tests, when we were like product testing this whole thing, if you had just a standard center zip, you get locked out of your vest. And when you're doing these 100-mile, 24-hour events, when you're doing whatever, this madness, and you get locked out of your hydration and nutrition, you just pay for it later. So if you're subconsciously not eating and drinking when you should be, you're just gonna pay the price later. What we wanted to do is give anybody wearing this all the protection they needed, and when they need access to flasks or nutrition anywhere in here, or if they need to adjust, continue to move the vest around, they're able to get to it without thinking twice about it. Another really cool thing that I like about it is this whole thing is built to be put on while you're moving, right? So when you're up on a windy ridge and you need that protection, if the weather's starting to shift, you put your left arm through here, that kind of anchors the left side of the jacket. This whole side spews open, and all you have to do is get your snap done. Once that snap is in place, which I'm flailing at, once that snap's in place, it frees up that other arm, gives you a little breathing moment to where this is now not flapping around like crazy. Then all you do is start with your zipper, and then you can zip it back up and get whatever protection you need. But when you see ambassadors and when you see our product testers kind of go through the motions with it, it's pretty bitchin'. I'm a big fan. Another thing is it's a regular fit. It's built to be put over your vest. It's made to be so where you're keeping anything in here dry if you need it. If you have a shelter, if you have anything else, that's all going to be protected when you're here. And as with all these pieces, folds into a little pocket here at the neckline and stuffs away into that pack and you just forget about it.
That's what the pocket is, isn't it?
Yeah. So the pockets are all in different things. It's like a fun game of Jenga. It's like find the pocket.
New stuff.
The Slope Runner Endurance Vest. So currently in our spring lineup, we've got a 4-liter vest and an 8-liter pack. This is like the middle child you never knew you wanted. And it's amazing for a few really good reasons. So you get 2 500 milliliter flasks that come, drop-in pockets here. This ladder loop right here is really, really easy to adjust. So it's almost bonk-proof. So when you have gloves on, when you're brain dead, when you're tired, you can still adjust your vest as you need. And what's going on with these events is you're going through, you start with the pack full, it's heavy. As you eat through your nutrition, drink through your hydration, it's shrinking up and you need to keep it close to your body. So we did these cool load lifters pretty much, which pulls the vest further and closer to your back. And then in the back of the vest, I don't know if you can get to it back here, but there's a hem cord and it creates an X. And when you pull it here on the sides to tighten it, it crosses and cinches all the way across your lower back and keeps all that weight really close to your spine. So once again, in the name of momentum, in the name of keeping all of it that you need, everything is purpose built to like keep you going. It's impressive. Women's shorts are super cool. They're very much race oriented, so it's super tight, about 4-inch inseam short, 2 drop-in pockets here. We have men's shorts that I'll show you on the hanger in the back that are really great. And then we've got the Strider Pro pants for men and women. These are really easy to pull over. They're made to be pulled over shoes, pulled over your shorts. They knock enough wind, rain, and preset out to keep you happy. And it's a great start and like transition piece. So like usually trailhead, starting in the dark, you got your headlamp on, you'll have these pants on, you'll run until you're too hot, rip them off, fold them up, toss them in the vest, and then you're able to keep going.
And they use snap closures as opposed to zippers?
No, it's got a pull-on waist elastic belt, but then it's got the 5-snap closure down there. So you can get them over some pretty burly trail runners.
Yeah.
Like alpine boots, maybe wide enough, but not exactly the same. You know, it's not like they're really designed.
For sure. That's really cool. Is this whole kit the way it plays together nicely.
It's amazing. I think any one of these pieces would be like a I don't know, somebody's prized possession. I think the whole kit together is amazing. I think the innovation behind the Storm Racer jacket is amazing. This hybridized like the best material story we have. Like there's so many things that I really like.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, and like for like ski touring, like that's going to be my next go-to for sure. That is the dream.
Yep.
Mountaineering, ski touring, like that's the piece that I'm going to take. Which I wish I trail in, but like no way. Not getting me out for as long as this is.
I'm with you, man.
We'll talk trail shells or touring shells for a little bit, and then we'll talk winter climb shells. So, like our Torrent Shell jacket's been in the line for years and years. It's always been made as a 2.5 layer daily driver, like something that people can have for a commute, for work, for a stash in the bag, like whatever you need it to be. We wanted to really up the ante for what it means to be like an entry level or a daily driving piece. So this isn't sport specific. This is like the jack of all trades. You can do whatever you need to do in this. But when we created it to be a 3-layer, its durability, its comfort, and its performance just went way up, and its price point stayed the same. So at $149, which is, I hate to say entry level because it performs way better, but this is definitely sometimes a customer's first entry into our shell category. And now it is just as good as it ever has been. And with the 3-layer construction, it is going to just age and last so much longer and be so much better for that customer over the long haul.
For 150?
Yeah, just for 150. I mean, it punches way above its weight. It has a really comfortable Trico backer, fully recycled face fabric, partially recycled membrane, fully recycled backer. It's like one of those pieces where you never question it. It's like, if you're going to recommend it, I feel comfortable and confident to almost anybody. That's awesome. Women's climb pants. This is something that is awesome, mainly because it's rare that you get to do a project from start to finish that is so focused. We launched a new collection of climb pants a few seasons ago. It was good. The men's pants were better than the women's though, and that really bothered a lot of us internally. What we wanted to do is kind of realize that like women's climb pants, we need to not just think about fit and materials, it has to be everything. As you know, it is really detail oriented. So we took one of our best designers who happens to be the best skier in the company, Natasha. She's amazing, does a ton of ski mountaineering. Monica's one of our best developers, and Allison's one of our best pattern engineers. And what we did is literally let them do whatever they wanted to. And they created every little bit and piece of this whole kit. So we've got 4 new styles in the line. Everything from a bouldering pant, which these are our stem gen. It's named after a boulder prominent J-tree. These are like a great pant for indoor training and shorter seasons, great for bouldering, super stretchy, super comfortable, really wide waistband, like just a nice place to be, I would assume. All the way to our collegiate rock pants. These are a 4-way stretch cotton. You can definitely feel like durability is more at play there. You still get that bitchin' wide waistband, so really comfortable. Definitely made for high stepping, dynamic moving, really like encouraging a lot. You can see all the gussets around the knees where all those seams are meant to kind of bend and move. Next we've got our Chambeau. This replaces our RPS pant. This is this really killer synthetic pant. Seam taped on the inside, DWR finish so it can shed a little bit of weather. Definitely a craggy pant, multi-pitch pant. Still light enough to like, you can get some warm weather use out of it and not be bummed out. And then we've got our redesigned Simul Alpine pant. This is our most technical climbing pant. All zippered pockets, much slimmer fit, more substantial product package. You can tie these into Alpine boots. You can do a lot with these. But again, the focus is never taken off like the little details. We took a lot of what we learned from men's climb pants, we ditched a lot of it, and really focused in on like what our female climber customer wants, what our ambassadors were asking for, and I think between these 4, there's definitely going to be somebody's new best friend in here, if not like a few. So I just think it's exciting. Like 4 pants may not seem like that big a deal, but it's so focused that I think customers are really going to be happy to see how dialed in it is.
That's 100.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, and it took a long time. We really, like as I said, it was encouraged to nitpick. It was encouraged to go through and like really take care to be like, all right, what's the right width? Where's the right set? Once again, the way the pattern and fit goes was huge. And I think it's going to hopefully get that female climbing customer like out of just climbing in black stretchy pants, which like I can't blame them. Like that is like saturated every part of our culture. Like you can go to a funeral in those pants. It's like, yeah, nobody would like that or not. But this, I feel like for climbing specific customer base, hopefully it's anything and everything that they want for what they want to focus on. So that's bottoms. Let's talk cap cool tops. Like tech tees are an unsung hero, right? Like nobody brags about their tech tee, but it's something we all have. It's something we all need and use. Our Cap Cool collection has 3 tiers. So our lightweight, which is our fastest dry, most wicking, slim fit, pretty wonderful. We've got our trail. This looks and feels like your favorite cotton tee, but it's fully synthetic. And then we've got our daily, which is our UPF sun protection. So we have these in all silhouettes. So tanks, sleeveless, long sleeve, hoodies, like we got everything under the sun. And like if you can't find something to do and enjoy with one of these, it's like we can't help you. We are not the brand for you. We are sorry. They're all fair trade certified. They are all made of recycled fabric. There's a lot of like beautiful fit and feels and textures that you can like between the 3, you'll find happiness in that. And you know, it's nice to be fired up on your t-shirt. Yeah. Welcome back to the good part. So we'll head over here to the Net Plus side. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, something people don't think about, right? What's that hat brand? What are you wearing? That trucker hat, that hat you've had, that hand-me-down, that thrift store. Where did that plastic come from? Earlier I mentioned we've got a venture fund and we invest in companies that have an environmental stance and we don't want to take over these companies. We want to help these companies grow to help whatever environmental sector they're working on, whether that's solar panels, whether that's discarded fishing nets in South America. Our very first investment was Borreo, a group of awesome guys that were just getting so discouraged by seeing these discarded nets and started to think way bigger than we ever thought we would. And now they've gotten to a place where you can collect these nets, clean them, sort them, you can pelletize them like this, and then you can melt them down and make a various amount of plastic. So their first product was their skateboard deck, then they went on to Jenga, as I mentioned earlier, sunglass frames, bitch and future surf fins, and now every single hat in our Spring 20 line is going to have Borreo Net Plus plastic in this. This is really, really significant when you think about all the plastic in the world and everybody's hats and where that comes from and how weird that is to not know. I know I lost some sleep after hearing about it and started to think about it. Even cooler is the step we'll take it further. So not only are we going to start sourcing from this, we're going to start collecting our old trucker hats and our old hats through our Worn Wear program. We're going to get those bills out, melt them down, pelletize them, and start working that plastic in with our Borreo. And we're going to close that loop so it's just going to be a full circular system.
Hats off to you, man.
It's going to take a while. It's a big deal, and we're still just like getting started. But once we get there, that is going to be significant because look at just the amount we make now. Think about that times 140 or whatever it is for seasons, for years, and then you finally start to feel good about where that's coming from. And the Borreo Net Plus program is unlike any other ocean plastics company because there's so many people out there that are like, yeah, we're just using plastic we found in the ocean. It's like, well, what kind of plastic is it? Is it pet plastic? Is it post-consumer? Is it free? Like, there's so many different types out there. With Borreo, with Net Plus, we know exactly where it came from. We know where we're marking, we're documenting, we're getting all that data. And, already these guys have pulled out over 500,000 pounds. And that's like I said, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
So I hope every other company can get on board, start adopting Net Plus, even if it's not just for trucker hats, get involved for nylon face fabrics, for whatever it is. Because the future can be a much better place if we all get on board with that.
For sure.
So from fishing nets to the fishing waders. Let's check out the new collection.
We got that coming this year.
So, like, fishing waders is something, like, we take waders really seriously. Vaughn's deepest love is fishing. He is a river junkie. In fact, he's just coming up on his time where he's going to venture and be somewhere in the Rocky Mountain West for a few months. Yeah, unaccounted for. And what we wanted to do with this collection is take everything we've learned and put it into play. This line is the longest field testing of any product we've ever made in 40 years. That's crazy when you think about it. It took 2 years of prototypes, sample testing, product testing, just to get to where we felt like we're comfortable to sign off. That's hundreds of days in the river, in the truck, drying out, under, doing whatever it is to get to where we are. Where we landed, I feel like, is probably the most significant wader collection on the market now. We went with our 4-layer system, and a lot of it is not just a material story, it's also a construction story. So the way we seam tape these, the way we pattern the fit, the way the booty seams lay, the way they integrate with hips and your waist, your suspension system, like every little thing was dialed in. And between anywhere, what do you have with our packable waders that stuffs into this stuff sack to be about the size of a Nalgene bottle, and it has this incredibly innovative dipped booty. So you could hike to a high alpine lake just for a couple night overnight backpacking trip, and you can wear your hiking boots in here, and you'd still have a fully waterproof gear. Super bitchy, and it's like really open and core. If you want to fish in Chacos, I don't recommend it. If you want to do that, you can do that in a high alpine lake, in a high alpine stream. With this wader, you can do that, and you don't have to pay a crazy weight limit. Then you can go all the way to our Expeditions and front waders, which have every bell and whistle you can possibly have, that are built for a lifetime of use.
The zipper alone is just
absolutely. It looks like a Yeti soft cooler right there. I love it. Pretty much. So I think the big picture to keep in mind with fish is that fish category is like one thing they want to do, and that's they just want to save watersheds. They want to save rivers. They want to save lakes. They want to save coastal streams and watersheds all over the world. And they want to make product that doesn't degrade. They want to make product that lasts, and they want to get a community of customers that are involved in that activism. And that's the coolest thing about a pretty small branch of our business. They are just so committed to it. And having them go through huge innovations like their Danner wading boots, which we launched last season, all the way into our new waders, it's really incredible to see that whole kind of paradigm move. And it just makes for some really bitchin' gear to be on the river with too.
I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, no, these are fantastic. We've had our Ascensionist Climb packs in the works for a long time. We've had 3 generations. So our first generation, we introduced them. They were pretty much our lead child for technical packs. They were great because they had this really innovative asymmetrical collar. At the time, we thought that was the bee's knees. And we've since kind of morphed and grew. And now, I think they're kind of the best place where I've seen them. So up top where we went here is we've got a flat top here. We still have that really easy access. You can grab this loop and this loop, pull open. If you get in here, if you tuck this down, the whole bag opens up. It's really easy to get in the load. Also, you can overstuff it, create an extra, 2-3 liters of capacity. This makes it, which is weird. I was a hater because I thought you're going to get a lot of spin drift in here, but this shuts so tight that it almost acts like something like a pack or a lid. So I haven't had to worry about that at all. And then this suspension system here, it's a Y in the back with one pole. This pulls all the weight on the top of the pack right there on your slide. Keeps all of that weight really centered on your back. Another big change we made was we changed the shape of these bags. They're a little bit longer and leaner, and then they also have a shape here where it really pushes that weight into your lumbar. And that weight shift makes this statement.
So yeah, and then size, which will be, so we're having,
especially when you have to deal with tools, racks, things that are hard, pokey, not very comfortable. The frames on the inside, this has a laminated foam sheet to be removed. The 55 meter, the big brother, this guy has
and actually when we had our last call, I think
that same laminated foam sheet, but it also has two working frame stays that run the whole
It's all,
length.
just tell it. I think you guys are all
The main difference between the two besides the size is this lid here. You can remove the lid if you don't want to, run the pack a little smaller. You also still have this suspension system up top. What I really like is the pack doesn't dictate the climb dictates the pack, meaning that everything can be adjusted. Everything is connected with a groove hitch. So between all these daisy chains, all these exterior lash points, you can create whatever kind of compression system you need. So if you want to go more than just here to here, you can keep this one, move this to this daisy chain, and you're cinching that extra 2 inches of pack down. Once again, it just creates all that modularity so you can really make the pack your own. And also it's the same with tools. Move your tooling up and down. It'll take a wide variety of heads over here and shapes. And remove anything you want. Including the lid, like this, you can move from this bottom point, reattach it up to here. That lid now grows here on a huge rope. Easy to secure.